So yes, the recording is turned on and we can start. So we're happy to start the sixth episode of Enecuum News, and today Roman and Serge will tell you about the progress over the past week. So as a short reminder, you can ask your question both in text form or in voice chat. So to ask in voice, just raise your hand and I will let you to ask your question. And if you want to ask your question in text form, just type it in our Telegram community. So, and let's get started with the first news. It's about the breach. Here we're preparing for the code freeze, which is an important step before the release of the updated breach code in our test network beat. And at the same time, we're updating some documentation and we are reviewing our code. Sergey, please tell us more about it.
Yeah, I think you already mentioned all the stuff. Just to maybe to add about why we are doing this review of documentation code, our test suits, making additional integration tests. Just we are preparing like a release candidate that will be in beat after we finish our preparations. That we think is like 1.0 version of Space Bridge. So we want to like stop adding features, yes, and to like make some mark tag of this as a initial bridge state, because just recently last week we made some additions, some changes to Ethereum smart contracts, for example. So now we want to stop with features and to concentrate only on tests. Roman?
So let's move forward to the next news about event system. And here we successfully tested events mechanics and prepared an API for CoinGecko as part of the events use cases. So Serge, please tell us more about events, and I think we have to pay more attention to, because it's very important for NX space and for the network in common.
Yeah. So actually, we were thinking about event system long ago. We started development last year, and now we finished its first implementation of mechanics. So what is event system? It allows to communicate external data collectors with the core of the node. Actually, to make a subscription for some events or messages from blockchain core. For it, first of all, it is intended for gathering additional information from smart contracts. So our first implementation of this, our first usage, like example of events, usage of this events system is new API, a new statistical service in Blockchain Explorer that gathers data for CoinGecko aggregator to list NX DEX at CoinGecko. So to make some stats about NX visible, to make NX visible on CoinGecko as a DEX, we need to provide information about our trading pairs, tokens, volumes, prices. So we gather all these information from execution of smart contracts via events system. So now we finished with internal tests, and we are preparing these new features, event system and CoinGecko API. Actually, it is not like solely for CoinGecko. Anyone can use this data, but internally we call it CoinGecko API. Maybe it is better to say like Annex statistics, something like that, statistics API. And we will release it in beta. I think it will be the same release with a bridge update mentioned just before. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Serge, for the detailed explanation. And let's move to mobile development. Here we finally prepared the release version of iOS with fixes of small bugs and POA minor inside. So it's great news, I guess. And Serge, please try and tell us more about this.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. So, new build of iOS PWA application is live today, and you can use POA miner with some restrictions on background work mentioned in our previous episodes. So for now, you need to turn on your screen and make application foreground to make mining. But in future iOS releases, it is highly possible that Apple will add additional background opportunities for developers, and we will make the same, or I hope the same features as at Android platform. So, but now there is a sleep prevention button in iOS settings that will help you to mine if you wish. So this release is not like iOS POA miner best state. Is just our test on how it may work. So please send your feedback on how you what is your experience, and how much you are interested in iOS POA miner. Thank you. And also for PWA, we plan to update other PWA builds for Android, for Chrome extension, with the same bug fixes added in this iOS release. We improved history, transaction history update. It were frozen in some cases. We improved performance with slow internet or very fast users, like tapping buttons, and improved the user interface in terms of what is connection status on site connection status, like some interface updates. Yeah. Also, we are working on a Web3 library. This work is connected with PWA extension and miners on one hand. On the other hand, it is important for the bridge, for Annex, or other dApps on top of Enecuum network. So we improve usability for calling smart contracts and first of all bridge smart contracts to the Web3 library. It is kind of similar with Ethereum Web3 JS.js library.
Yeah, thank you, Serge. And one more point I want to talk about is about roadmap, and we published it this week. So in it we set the main vectors of the work for the near future, but the details will be released in the process of development. And also we are going to publish a series of materials on each item of the roadmap. So Serge, maybe you want to add something.
Yes, just we first time for a long period. First time we made only we made not a early but 2-year roadmap update for 2 years in the future, because these tasks that are present there. They are not all of them are deeply decomposed for now. So some features mentioned are our goals, and how we will achieve these goals. We will add and update roadmap in future. So because there were some questions on what is this, what is that. So that's why we will, several items in the roadmap, several steps. So that's why we are making additional posts on each topic to make it more clear. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and let's move to the questions. So we have some questions from our Google form and from chat. Let's start from the Google form, and the first one: how soon will we have stablecoin on the Enecuum blockchain? So I guess we will have USDC in our blockchain after the bridge will be launched. And USD, so any stablecoin you want to you could transfer from the ERC20 network. And also, if someone wants to launch a stablecoin on top of Enecuum network, so feel free to contact us, and we will help you with maybe launching of this stablecoin. But the team doesn't have doesn't want to launch the stablecoin by ourselves.
For now, or like at the current moment of time, because we spend a lot of effort into research and studying various approaches to stablecoins, algorithmic ones, and hybrid. But now we have other tasks and just roadmap for that.
Yeah. The next question is also, how soon will we have good partnership with some brands on implementation of Enecuum to own their business? So we will have some interesting announcement in the near future. Just today, Mike had a very promising meeting about the big implementation of Enecuum. So if when everything will be okay, we will share the information with our community. Let's move to the next question. It is, why is the LAN bridge not on roadmap? The bridge directly is not on our roadmap because it's some kind of ecosystem service and ecosystem project. So it's a side project for an Enecuum network like NX Space. And that's why in roadmap you can just aggregate it in the point of business track with Enecuum network ecosystem expansion. Let's move to the questions from our chat, and the first one, we see a lot of focus on development, which is of course a good thing. Is there team also looking into possibilities to parallel get extra awareness for Enecuum outside their own channel like Twitter, and if yes, what are you considering? Yes, we will develop our different marketing channels such as Twitter and Telegram, different local communities in Telegram. So yes, we will develop, and we will reach more and more activity on these platforms. So I know we discussed working with large influencers soon, but are there any quick and cheap possibilities to get attention to Enecuum run by the team? Seeing all the community is doing a lot of showing, obviously, in crypto group. Do we use different small influencers practically daily with small communities because it's kind of cheap way to get some attention to our project. And also we working with partnerships and with other projects such as Upbots and Upbots challenge we launched this week too. So take a part in it because it's quite interesting one. The other question is there a possibility to get the mining app back in the Play Store?
I think it's a question for me. So if you mean exactly mining app, then we never had a mining app in the Play Store. So if you've seen such app, it may be a scam, beware. It is not. It's unofficial. We have official wallet, Enecuum wallet in the Google Play Store, but it has not mining functionality. And we plan an update for old application, actually quite for a long time, but there are many different stars that should align together to make it happen, because it is connected not only with the application itself, but with the update on scalability of number of POAs or like performance of POA nodes. So that's why it's not that easy. Maybe we will make just an update for newer Android versions, not trying to combine this. Yeah, so moving for the next.
Yeah, let's move to the next question. And the question is about any ideas when coin market supply stat will be updated to the new one. So I think it's connected with API, and we will check why it's not. Let me check now. CMC. And the circulated supply is updated on CoinMarket.
Yeah, it has correct information. I also checked it right now.
Yeah. So if we're talking about max supply, to update max supply, we need to fork the network to make fork. So that's why I guess we will made with the bridge launch. Am I right, Serge?
Yeah, it's correct. We we didn't decide the exact date when we will make this change, because making a fork is quite complicated task and involves many people in it. That's why we thinking of what other features are waiting to be added to the main network with the fork. So for now, these max supply is quite long in the future, so we can wait for a week or several weeks just to make a fork in the protocol properly.
Yeah, thank you, Sergio. Let's move to the next question. In the first part of the voice chat, what is the expected launch date for the bridges, different launches per chains or thing? So the bridge will be launched simultaneously in all spotted networks. And as we said, code freeze will be made on next Monday, and some
Next week. Actually, we didn't discuss launch dates, so we don't make it is a extremely enormous enterprise monster. So with a small team, we don't have this planning horizon for exact like quarters, you say in other questions or other stuff. So yeah, we can just stay tuned and watch for the updates.
Yeah, let's move to the next question. The new roadmap has a lot of items, but there are no timings. Oh, so you asked about the timings.
Yeah, I already talked about this.
Yeah.
Just
You talk about the next question. Okay. Let's move forward. And can you say anything about plans for extra funding from new investors? And plans, we have plans for extra funding, and this extra funding is connected with Trinity 2.0 and the future development of Trinity. So, Serge, maybe you can add something.
I think it's more of Michael's story, and it's his like main work for all time for several months. His main goal. So I think it would be correct to wait Michael's decision what to cover, what to uncover about these plans. But I think we will have updates on this topic in the near future.
Yeah. I guess we could add this question to the next with Mike, and he will answer it.
Yeah, I see one more question about Play Store. So are we planning to add to Google Play Store mining app? Yes, we do, but it would be not old masternode, but PWA application. But it is not yet ready for this. We still have some key features to alter somehow, because not all features are present in the new app. For example, token creation, interaction with POS, POS nodes. So it has a way to interact via that section, but it is not as user-friendly as the old app. So we don't want to downgrade this. And yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, thank you, Serge. And we have the last question about Twitter comments. And yes, we checking it, but not maybe not all the time to delete all folders. So I guess we will add some optimization to this process. So, yeah, so maybe you have some other questions, so feel free to type it in our chat.
Anyway, thank you. These are the good one, nice questions. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really great questions. So,
Mr. Friesman. Yes.
Yeah, Friesman, thank you for your questions. Anyway, if someone have questions, feel free to use Google form to send it, and we will answer it on the next news with Serge. Thank you, Serge. Thank you, Mr. Friesman.
Yeah, goodbye.
Have a great weekend. Bye bye. See you next.